Hookers! Hookers. Sluts! Hey, hi everybody! Welcome back to another Papa Tikyo Reacts, where it's me, your dad, your American dad who lives in Japan, who also speaks Japanese and likes watching Japan-related videos on the YouTubes. And today we've got the Tokyo Reporter with what Japan's prostitutes want foreigners to know. And I was under the impression that foreigners couldn't go to prostitutes in Japan. So let's see what they got to say, because this is in my neck of the woods, Kabukicho. So let's get into it, shall we? And like always, the link for this original video is going to be in the video description down below. And don't forget to smash the like button and leave a comment. It helps out with the algorithm. Let's do it. Also, sign up for my Patreon. If you ever wanted to learn Japanese, I got Japanese lessons on there. Okay, bye. Let's go.
Japan's sex industry seems more and more fishy and scammy, as the media report many women driven into it, and this has been rising more than ever. Some of them going abroad and might be spreading STDs. You might hear some of the women accepting foreigners, but maybe try to scam you or charge you higher prices. And I also hear many of those men using the service are married. So isn't it cheating? Anyway, I've got so many questions or criticism like it, which is many people in Japan also skeptical about. So I went to ask women in the industry about it, and here is how they responded. Hope you enjoy.
風俗は不倫じゃない。
それはどうして？
不倫より味変みたいな。やっぱずっと一人だと飽きちゃうんで、たまに味変に来てくれるんだったら不倫ではないのかなと。
私は不倫じゃないと思っていて、それはお店を通して金銭の関係もあるというのと、私もプロとしてお客様と接していっているので、そこは不倫じゃないと思っています。
奥様に行っておいでって言われて来たって方も結構いらっしゃって、一般の女性と体の関係を持つよりはプロにお世話してもらってきなさいみたいな、その時間だけの本当にそこで完結するので。
お金払ってる時点でサービスを受けてる感覚なんで、美容室にお金払って髪切ってもらう、そんな感じです。お金が発生してれば不倫じゃない。
街でとか会社で出会った人と一緒にホテルとか行っちゃったら不倫だけど、
ちゃんとしたお店に行ってるから、いいのかな。
都合がいい愛人だと思えば後腐れなくができる女の人が風俗だと思ってる。
Wait, is this... Why are they giving us a lecture on... Is our hookers cheating? I thought this had to do with foreigners. What's going on here?
んで、ストレス溜まったら遊びに来てください。どうぞ来てください。
なんか指名したら不倫だと思う。その子気に入って2回目行ったら。で、それがもしかしたら技術で言ってるのかもしれないし、技術で言ってたら不倫じゃないけど、
Dude, she's older than 20,
気持ちがあったら不倫だと。
All these chicks lying about their ages.
外で会おうよってなったらちょっと NG。
私は本当にプライベートの知り合いと飲みに行くだけでも嫌ですね。だったらお店の女の子と働いてる側だからわかるんですけど、女の子側もお客さんだからっていう気持ちでやってるんで。
奥さんに内緒で言っている場合でも不倫ではない。
そうですね。なんか奥様を大事に思うからこそ隠していらっしゃってる場合は不倫ではない。奥様のことも愛していらっしゃるので、はい。バレないようにしてほしいですけどね。はい。
大丈夫ですか？奥さんからしたらちょっと不倫なんじゃないかって。
私が奥さんだったら嫌だけど、でもなんか男の人の本能的にしょうがない部分もあるから。
完全に隠せるんであれば、それは嘘じゃないと思ってるんで、完全に墓まで持っていけるんであれば、それはなかったことになるんで、セーフです。
あんまり堂々と言われても困るかな。
バレないようにしてほしい。
多分本当に大好きな彼氏ができて、言ってたらすっごい嫌なんですけど、バレないように、性病を持って帰らないようにしてくれれば、許せる。
バレないようにしてほしいと思います。だから既婚者の人っぽいなっていう人来たら無香料のボディーソープ使ってあげたり、結構配慮はしますね。なんで私たちも細心の注意をしてバレないようにボディーソープは無香料のもので、化粧もラメをついたものをつけないとか、
結構徹底して、はい、痕跡を残さないように。
なんか今日断られたから来たとか結構いる。まあそれはしょうがないかなと思う。
その年齢の人のセックスレスの感覚がいまいちわかんないところもありますけど、なんかあんまりそんな変なプレーとかプライベートでしないじゃないですか。
彼女や奥さんに頼めないようなプレーをしたいとか、MO さんとか、逆にS の方でいっぱい攻めたいから奥さんにはそんなことできないからとか、
こう奥様とか彼女に言えない性癖、あとやっぱり男性ってこう動いたりとか、雰囲気を作ったりっていうのが、男性側がしなきゃいけないと思うんですけど、もうとにかく気持ちよくなりたいっていう、でもゴロンって寝ちゃう方が多いです。
奥様とか彼女とできにくいことを要望される、なんかどんどん新しい性癖が生まれていくのが結構楽しい。
Okay, wait. I just want to chime in here. Being a Japanese man myself, I'm trans Japanese. I'm a man who's lived in Japan for almost 20 years now, and I've had my fair share of hot, sexy Japanese Bible study friends. And this is one thing that's really nice about Japan, is that they have they understand how things work, and so they try to make things, options available for everybody to go as smoothly and keeping the harmony as, efficiently as possible. And I think a lot of people, they want to get married, they want to have kids, but in Japan the people lack communication. A lot of people, they jump into relationships, they jump into marriage just because they think it's the thing to do. But Japanese people, they'll spend money on a wedding or something. They'll spend a lot of money on a wedding. They'll get all their all their friends and the coworkers invested. And so they don't want to go through the shame of getting divorced, especially when you're not in a big city where you don't have that many options. And so, it's what is it? It's things get complicated, right? The more stuff you have invested in, the harder it is to play around with stuff. If you want to try butt stuff with your wife or something, she's like, we never tried any of that before, and I don't want to do that. I mean, I think I'm not married, and I don't really have, I guess I have married friends around me, but I know for a fact my married friends are not getting laid. And so whenever I see a guy who's like, oh, I'm married, versus if has a girlfriend, if he has a girlfriend, I assume they're having sex. But if they're married, they're definitely not having sex. And it's either his fault or her fault. But, this whole Japanese chick thing being like, well, I would hate him dating a foreigner, or not foreigner, I would hate him dating somebody and cheating on me. But if he goes to a hooker, it's okay. I don't think a lot of Japanese women in general would like the hooker thing. Except if they're stuck, a lot of women, it's they're stuck financially where they can't really leave. They've given the guy a lot of power, and they're like, okay, well, you cheat on me. I had a girlfriend like that who was she just was going through something, and she didn't want to have sex, and I was like, what the fuck, dude? I'm a horny young guy. I want sex. And she's like, well, just go fuck other people. I don't care. And I was like, okay, we gotta break up. This is not. And she got so pissed off when I was like, we gotta break up. And I was like, nah, dude, I'm not going to wait around for you to get your shit together if you're not going to try to talk to me about it and work it out. But Japanese people, their whole solution to everything is just wait it out, Let them go through their shit and hope they get their shit together. And in the meantime, just go get sex somewhere else. And, it depends too. We were talking to Coffee Talk earlier on the live stream. And Coffee Talk was talking about how he's 62 years old and he's still popping boners and wanting to go down on chicks and stuff, and so it's guys, they'll keep being horny for a while, but chicks, I don't know, man, it's tough to see, it's a tough nut to crack. But at the same time, I really don't like it how Japanese women are at least in these videos, they're well, if he goes to a hooker, at least it's better than cheating on me. And it's well, if you were keeping your guy happy, he wouldn't need to cheat, women need to go into relationships and with the realization that guys they need sex, Dudes need sex. They need reassurance that you find them attractive, that you respect them. If you're not giving them that stuff, they're gonna go seek it somewhere else. And I think a lot of Japanese people, like especially women, they mistake that. They're like, well, whatever, I gave him a kid and like blah 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 blah. I mean, it's not as entitled as American chicks are, but I mean, this is just something that if you guys are planning on coming over to Japan at some point and like dating a Japanese person with the intention of marriage, you gotta be willing to, you know, have that hard talk and really get that girl on your level where you can be like, look, like I like sex a lot and no pressure to you, but like if you stopped having sex with me for like a month, we would just break up. I mean, that's the thing. If you get yourself in the position where you're already so attractive, like I got a buddy of mine, he's the same age as me. He's always doing CrossFit, lifting weights. He's got a good job. And so like if you take care of yourself financially and physically, then you have options and she doesn't. And so if she, like I had a buddy who used to be on my YouTube videos, and same thing. He was dating this chick, and then she just for whatever reason stopped wanting to have sex, and he was like, yeah, we got to break up. And she got so pissed off. She's like, what the fuck, you're my boyfriend. He's like, yeah. And like he's like, and I go to the gym a lot, and I like sex, and I play sports, and like, look, you know, you find a guy who, I bet you'll find tons of guys out there that will be willing to not have sex with you anymore, but I'm not one of them. So we got to break up. And she became like a stalker, and she got all pissed off. A total mega cunt. Long story short, my friend actually ended up marrying that chick. I don't know what happened to him, but that was pretty funny. And is this on Twitch right now? Yeah, dude, we're streaming this while we're recording the reaction videos. So let's keep going.
外国人の方も多いですか？
多いですね。最近すごいインバウンドで増えました。海外の方ってすごいリアクションがオーバーだから、こっちもなんか接客しててすごい楽しい気持ちに。なんか日本人って可愛くてもあんま可愛いって直接的に言えない人が多いけど、なんか海外の方は結構言ってくれたり、そうめっちゃ綺麗とか、そういうの結構嬉しい。
リピーターさんも結構多くて、結構半年に1回とか旅行にいらっしゃるので、その時はまた指名してくださいます。皆さんの学習してこられるのか、事前に入浴を済ませてきてくださったりとか、特に不都合なことはないんですか？
難しさとかは特にはないかと思います。
How do they talk to them?
相手側が緊張してたりとかは全然あるんですけど、同じ人間なんで楽しくやらせていただいています。
英語が私も理解はできるので、英語でコミュニケーションするか、本当にそのアプリですね。あとはもうボディコミュニケーションです。
ようこそって感じ。なんだろう。ジェスチャーしちゃう。
Are they actually having sex, or is it just like hand jobs and blow jobs?
やっぱり一番は言語が難しいんですけど、身振り手振りとか、あとは今翻訳機もあるので、そこでお話ししたりとか、それぐらいですかね。難しいところが。
やっぱり細かいそのニュアンス的なものまで、そこら辺はちょっと難しいなと思いますけど、会話、コミュニケーションで困ること自体はそんなにない。
中にはその外国人が NC してるところもあるって聞いて。
そうですね。日本人男性的に外国人を受け入れてるっていうのがマイナス。じゃあ待合室にそのお客様を一旦通すんですけど、明らかにこう風貌が外国の方がいらっしゃると嫌悪感を示す日本人。
Yeah, I'd feel uncomfortable too.
なのでこうアジア人は OK だけど欧米の人はダメっていう女の子もいたり。
多分 NC してる子は性病が怖いとかそういった理由だと思うんですけど、逆に
Yeah, dude. Yeah, that's the thing. I was like, wait, are they actually having sex? And if so, are they using condoms, you know? But actually foreign clients are more conscious about it, really.
外国人の方の方が性病検査を持ってきてくれたりとか、もうフェラからゴム着でやってほしいとか言ってくださったりとかね、気をつけてる印象はあります。
I heard that
What, really?
some of those businesses charge higher price to foreigners. I'm not sure that's actually justified. Maybe, you know, they
Pickles Born. Who is Pickles Born?
Foreigners. I'm not sure.
Pickles Born? What? A nightlife ambassador working at Kakubutsu? Who is Pickles Born? Pickles Born? Tommy Pickles? Jason Bourne?
That's actually justified. Maybe, they're trying to scam foreigners.
It is true that some places scam foreigners. And that doesn't really mean foreigners only. Even locals get scammed, and I was scammed when I was younger. At the end, they scam people that don't have the knowledge. Charge foreigners extra fees. For example, Yoshiwara is a famous area for soap lands. And over there's a rule that they need to charge 10,000 yen to 20,000 yen more towards foreigners compared to the local prices. But the places that do, they are not trying to scam foreigners. You need to take in fact that those prices come from a negotiation between the shops and the girls. Taking in foreigners means a little bit more risk than the locals. An example could be miscommunication that could lead into some risks for them, or just simply more work trying to use the translation app and stuff.
So is there any possibility of getting caught in Japan as a foreigner?
Escort service or such establishments are legal in Japan, but there are a few rules you need to follow, and that's not only for foreigners, but one, there's no vaginal penetration. There are places that offer more service, but it's a legal gray zone though, still. And rule number 2, the girl needs to be in an agency or an establishment. So no freelance or streetwalkers. They are illegal. On top of that, when you take in those service, always pay forward. Do not pay later. Even though they said 8,000 yen for a happy ending, if you don't pay forward and receive the service, they might be like 20,000 yen. Unless you've recorded them and you can call the police and give evidence. You gotta pay.
やっぱ外国人の方もちゃんとしたサイトを見た方がいいかも。
Yeah.
レビューとかがちゃんとある子を選んだら多分大丈夫。
ちゃんとしたお店を。
Yeah, that's one thing I never understood about foreigners going to like doing the freelancer, like the freelance streetwalker chicks, because like Japanese brothel system is set up so if you want to go to a place, I mean, like they reward repeat customers. So, and how do I know this? Because I used to work, like in the porn industry, not doing porn, but just working in the porn industry, and that's connected to the brothel industry. And yeah, I mean, like, a lot of these places, they want repeat customers, right? And so if you go to a brothel and like, let's say you don't like the chick that they offered or whatever, you can swap out the chick or whatever. And like the thing is like they want you, like it's a service. So they're not trying to rip you off. So if you're doing the streetwalker thing, you could get ripped off. You could do like all of these places that are legitly like run, that have an office and stuff. Like they're not gonna rip you off because they want to do everything by the book. It's still legal to be a brothel here in Japan. But that doesn't mean that you can't still do like straight sex. It's just that a lot of these places to seem on the up and up, they're not going to advertise it. Me personally, I don't see anything wrong with hookers. Like I'd fuck if I had money, I would definitely fuck hookers. Like if I had like Charlie Sheen money, where I would just pay them to leave kind of thing. Oh, definitely. But the way I see it is that if you want to go to a hooker, that's a couple $100. And I've said this in my videos in the past, like if you're gonna spend a couple $100 just to get laid, you might as well do it on like dates and stuff. Like you're gonna feel way more fulfilled, and the better you get at dates, the less money you got to spend on them to get sex. So that's what I got to say about the war in Vietnam, Jenny. Let's keep going.
店を選べば、大丈夫なので安心してください。
We heal your
本当に
soul.
エロいことだけじゃなく、人のぬくもりを求めてきてくれる人も多いので、会話とかその場の空気感を楽しんでくれる人もいます。
中には一切性交渉もせずに、一回も服を脱がずに終わる人とか、一緒にただお酒飲みたいだけとか、おしゃべりしてほしいとか。
私に来てくださるお客様はお話がちゃんとできる方がいいなっていうので、お話がしたい方が結構多いです。お互いの好きな。
Why do they always wear these ugly fucking like these are like the shirts that it reminds me of that dress that Jamie Lee Curtis wore in True Lies, where she rips it off to become sexy. Why do women wear this ugly ass fucking shit, dude? They love wearing that in Japan. It pisses me off. It's just ugly. Money spent on pussy is wasting money on tangas or cheaper. Not even tanga. Just go buy some food or something, you know? Fuck it, you know? Porn is free on the internet. You don't need to pay for it. Let's keep going. What's going on here? Plus
物
play.
とかの共有とか。
風俗って多分体の解消を求めていってるけど、結局なんか気持ちも多分 50% ぐらいあるから、
それだけの人の方が少ない気がする。
そうなんですか。
なんかエロいことはもちろん好きだけど、なんだろう、やっぱり人といる時がすごい楽しい。
お話もある程度必要だし、どんな人なのかなっていうのが大事っていうか、大半ぐらいを占めてます。
口コミとか見ててもやっぱりお話がしやすくてとか書いてくださる方多いので、やっぱ気になってるんだと思います。
お互い話したり。結構和気あいあいと普通のカップルくらいのテンション感で喋ってます。
映画とか見ます。
あ、確かに見る。
ご飯食べながら映画見る。それこそなんかお出かけとか遠くに行ったりします。
Who the hell is paying these women for sex? These are not attractive women. God, you guys are like the dude's paying for this sex. Oh man, well I mean it's good that somebody's fucking them, but like god damn, dude, if I'm gonna spend a couple $100 on a chick, she better not look like these two. Fuck me.
そういうのもサービスにあるんですか。
デートもできる。
男の人って誰かに相談する機会とかない人もいるから、私たちみたいな人だと、
Especially her.
否定せずに聞く、変に詮索されることもなく、ただただ肯定して話を聞いてくれる相手ってあんまり身近にいない人が多くて、
講師とかもさせていただいているので、洗い場の技術っていうのが一番自分の中で売りにさせてもらってるんですけど、人柄の良さみたいなものを褒めていただくことが多いです。ロングの方とかも多いので、6時間とか例えばあるとずっとプレイっていうわけではないので、普段お仕事で疲れてたりとかされる方が多いので、心も体もすっきりしていただけたら嬉しいと思ってます。
私自身人と話すのが好きなんで、私もおしゃべりで向こうもおしゃべりだとプレイ時間終わっちゃうんですよ。
奥さんと例えばセックスレスなんだけどどうしたらいいと思うとか人に言えないじゃないですか、そんな話。10年ぐらいの男の人だと、私が娘さんぐらいの年齢だったりするんで、もっと娘と距離近くなりたいんだけどとか、何が好きなのとか聞かれたりしますね。
それこそ、娘より3つ下だとか
自分で選ばないと入らない業種じゃないですか。自分で入った選択した人が結構周りでも多いので、詰め込んでこう働いてる人は聞いたことない。
夢のためにやっている子がすごく多くて、それだから無理やりというよりは自分の意思。
将来自分で何かをやりたいってなった時に必要だったりすることもあって、起業したいとかそういう方が結構多い。
自分で事業したくてお金貯めようと思って始めました。
どういった事業をしたのか。
下着が好きなんですけど、下着のブランドを自分で出したくて。
例えば整形したいとか服欲しいとかでやってる子も多分多いと思います。でも多分ホストとかも多分多いと思う。よく聞かれる、やっぱりいいホスト行ってるとか。
金が欲しいんでしょみたいな。
間違ってはないですけど、普段絶対関わることがない年齢層の方と話せる。楽しいです、話してて。
お金もあったけど。
You guys got to remember, it's like Tony Soprano said, you know, it's like believe none of what you hear and half of what you see. You got to remember, like there's always the real reason, there's always the quote unquote good reason, and then there's the quote unquote real reason. You know, just because these women say these things doesn't mean it's true, you know? A lot of these women might say like, oh yeah, I mean, that woman brought up a good point, how it's like, oh, well, there's some women, they're doing this out of their own volition. But some of these women, like they're doing it because they want money. Some of these women are just doing it because they like going to host clubs and whatever, right? And yeah, but I mean, like a woman will never admit, oh yeah, I just really love going to host boy clubs and I spend all my money there. And yeah, like they'll never say that. And so many dudes just take all these women for face value. Like they're like, oh yeah, okay, I agree. But you gotta remember, like, you know, it's just you know, it's one thing to never believe women, but you never believe a whore either. Like, you know, their whole job is just basically making like chodes happy, you know. So you gotta always be on your feet with this stuff.
けどでもなんだろう、いろんな人、私が生きてる中で関わらない人とおしゃべりできたりできるから、それも楽しいな。
普段出会えない人にすごい出会えるから楽しいなみたいな。
普通に過ごしてたら出会えないような人と出会えたり、まあ、業界の女の子と仲良くなれたり、それこそスタッフさんもすごい支えてくれるから続けられるっていうか、はい、
溜まっていくお金を見ることが一番のモチベーションなんですけど、例えば外国人のお客さん接客して英語が多少分かるようになったりとか、社会的地位がある人とお話ししていろんな知識をもらったりとかが結構モチベーションかなと思っています。
大体やっぱり自分より年上のもう人生経験も長い方がほとんどなので、やっぱ教えていただけることがたくさんあるので、
メンタルが病む方も中にはいるんですよ。そういったことは今までなかった。
最初はお仕事の意義がやっぱりその生活費のためだったので、お金として考えている部分が多くて、こなすというか仕事をこなすしてお金をいただくっていうイメージだったんですけど、やっぱりありがとうとかすごい楽しかったとか、生まれてきてくれてありがとうとかも言われるので、なんかそういう感謝の言葉いただくと、この仕事やっててよかったなと思うので、今は全くやまないんですよね。
風俗をやってるからこそ役に立つことも少なくはない。普通に大学生してるよりは強くなったなっていうことも結構。
ありがとうとか言っていただく仕事ってまあ何個かあると思うんですけど、こう直接目を見て本当に嬉しそうにこう褒めていただけたりとか感謝してもらえる仕事で、やっぱり私も自分には何も持ってないと思ってたので、そんな自分にこうお客さんが本当に感謝してくれるっていうのは自己肯定感が上がります。
他の女の子はやっぱバレたくない人ももちろんいると思うんですけど、普通にやってたんでしょって言われてはいって言えるぐらいにはそんなに心配してない。
まあ、理解されないのも当たり前って思ってるから、いろんな人に出会えていい経験だったなって思えると思います。
楽しい仕事です。楽しいけどリスクはやっぱ病気もらっちゃうとかもあるから、危ない。私みたいにもう決めるで、それでもうきっぱりやめるとかだったら絶対大丈夫だと思う。
最高でも29歳までで貯金額決めてる貯金額があるので、それがたまったらもうきっぱり全部やめようかと思っています。
娘ができたとして、その娘がやってみたいって言ったとしてどうしますか？
病気とかのちゃんと検査をしてちゃんとしかるべきお店だったら止めはしないかな。
性病とかもリスクはもちろんあるんで、病院だけはちゃんと行ってね。それこそそのニュースになってるようなホストの借金がどうのこうのとか、そういうのは避けてほしいですけど、そうじゃないんだったら別に止めないで。
Japan facing host club issues, as you know. Many of my audience actually worry about, those girls kind of, coerced into it.
Those girls that end up host clubs might be my own stereotype, but they tend to be working in an illegal act. People think papakatsu and like freelancers are same as the companions working at a legitimate stores. And that's where I kind of feel uncomfortable, because those girls working at a legitimate stores are doing legal and, caring about their bodies and everything. So I don't think it's fair to, combine them together.
いろいろ事件あったじゃないですか、頂き女子とかの、多分男性側もちょっと疑心暗鬼というか、お客さんあんま来ないとかもあり。
中にはまあそういう方もいらっしゃるとは思うんですけど、私と一緒に働いている周りの方は全くそういうことはなく、ちゃんと性病検査をしてもう自分で選んで楽しく働いているので、はい、大丈夫です。
そういう子ももちろんいるんですけど、こんだけ問題になってるんで、そういう子だけでもないので、見極めてきてくれれば
歌舞伎町の立ちんぼとか、まあ一人で個人でやる方もいる。これはなんでなんですか？
お店に取られる分が自分のものっていうのとか、あとはそのルールが厳しかったりとか、性病検査の提出がうちもやっぱ月に 1,2 回受けてクリアしないと働けないので。
The inflation of Japanese economy. So consumer prices are going up. The establishments, especially legitimate ones, you can't negotiate the prices. Usual consumers might think it's too pricey, so they end up going to the freelancers. Because if you're a freelance, it's all negotiable.
やっぱ10倍20倍稼げてしまうんで、まあでも例えばそこら辺並んでるパパ活女買ったら性病になっちゃうんで買わない方がいいですよ。お店を通したらやっぱ法律に基づいてやっているので捕まるリスクが低くなるかと思います。
Freelancers know if they can go abroad, then they can get more money. So they end up being abroad as well. But they are a major source of STDs right now, and it's illegal, and there's nothing good about them. So at the end of the day, people that are working at a legitimate establishment, they suffer a loss.
Yeah, I mean, because they're... Oh, we're almost done. Hold on.
もっとクリーンな世界でもっとこう愛が溢れる世界っていうのをもっと知ってもらいたいですね。なんかそのダークなイメージが先行しちゃってるので、もっとこう幸せな風俗嬢たくさんいるっていうことを知ってもらいたいですね。
Yeah, so anyway, yeah, with these so that was the video, and yeah, guys, I mean, like, I know that there's probably plenty of you coming over here for vacation and whatnot, but I would still recommend if you're gonna go do the hooker thing, don't do the walker thing. Like, these women, man, like, I remember I saw this one woman on Twitter, and she was complaining about how she was one of those freelance hookers, and that she a foreigner came up and he was like, yeah, this is the money, sure, like, let's go. And then, like, because it was a thread of hookers talking about shit, and then they were all sharing their experiences about, like, just being freelance hookers in Kabukicho. And one chick was like, oh yeah, this foreigner and I, like, we decided the price, and then we went in there, and then he just didn't pay me. And he walked out, and since I don't have a pimp or anything, there was nothing I could do. And that was one. And then, like, another chick was like, I told the guy he has to wear a condom, but then he punched me, and then he just started fucking me without a condom, and I was so scared. And it's like, yeah, when you work at a place like that, that doesn't happen. Like, if somebody, like, because all those violent, impulsive guys who want to, like, kill women and shit, they don't want to go through a system. They don't want to go in and check in. And they, like, all of those, like, hooker places, they all got men working there. So if you pull up some shit, they're not going to the cops, man. They're going to put you in a car somewhere and fucking take you to the outskirts of the city where they're going to torture you and shit, you know? So if you're working freelance, that shit's not going to happen. So, but anyway, yeah. So anyway, yeah, guys, I had a good time today with this one. So, but anyway, yeah, guys, that's it for this reaction video. What do you think about foreigners fucking hookers in Japan? If you like these reaction videos and you'd like to participate, then make sure to come on over here and hang out and stuff. And I will talk to you guys on the next one. Y'all stay black, and yeah, if you want to see more of these, I always pin the playlist for these at the end of these, or what is it, in these videos at the top comment. Anyway, stay black, guys. Talk to you later. Otsukaresama deshita. Yeah, buddy. Wow.
It's time you bit the bullet and started caring about something with all your heart and energy. But you can't care about it if you're always holding yourself back in case it doesn't work out.
Yeah, why y'all put cheese on my cheeseburger?
I'm sorry, what?
Shut your bitch ass